Hello Aries, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aries, we're just pulling out cards today. We're just going to see what the cards want to talk about. And that's what we're doing. We're doing, my friends. So, we're going to get started. I think it goes without saying, but I think sometimes it still needs to be said that this reading may not resonate with everyone. So take what resonates, stick the rest in the garbage can, and put it to the curb, my friends. All right, just pulling out cards. I'm just going to do story time here with you, Aries. Let's see what the story is right now. What is going on for Aries? Who needs the message the most at this time? Aries, interesting reading, my friends. You guys are opening up, wow, what do I describe it as? A new chapter in, basically, right? Like the tree of life. So a new chapter in the tree of life for yourselves here. This is significant. This because it's also coming in with the death card. So like the death card and the tree of life are part of the spread that is coming out here for you. This, Aries, is basically like you're having some sort of a rebirth. Oh, did I even talk about this card of the other line? The judgment card at the bottom. This is a rebirth, Aries, and this is a very, very significant rebirth because you've got significant cards here talking about it. And I'm just going to start telling you what I see here on the table. This is sort of like, I feel as though there's a journey here that your soul has been working on, let's say lifetimes to get to. This is a journey that would require a lot of hard work in multiple lifetimes. There's probably been, I want to say at points in times where you may have repeated themes in life over and over again. It's just, there's something so significant about this rebirth period on the tree of life for you. Like, this is not something that comes easily. This is something that comes with a lot of mental anxiety, a lot of overthinking. This is breaking down, basically, you're breaking down, I feel like, some sort of pattern here of lack and loss and exclusion. You're breaking down that pattern. I feel like it's in some way ancestral. There's some sort of ancestral pattern here as well. I feel like this kind of rebirth on a branch of the tree of life for you is more than just for you. It somehow is feeling even ancestral, and like even like the Tower card is coming in with it. So it's going from the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. This has something to do with learning to manifest in your life. And the lesson here is that it looks like that you have achieved is not only how to do that, but it's doing that. It's going from this lack, this being excluded, whatever, and into like prosperity, abundance, and stability, as opposed to instability as well. But it's all about investing. It's all about investing, but the investment that comes from it is from like the heart, is from the soul space. So it's putting this into things where, hey, I want to say you don't necessarily expect to get any return. It's understanding how you feel and not allowing the things that are happening around you to change how you feel. If anything, it's almost like realizing, you know, the more fire I see there, the more water I need to put onto it, right? Like fire to fire doesn't cool things down. And I'm just using fire as an explanation in terms of an energy, like any energy when there's too much of it, that's it's imbalanced. It's you could even describe it as low vibrational, low frequency. I do feel like too, like on a more sort of like personal level, like a little more like say mundane, I feel like some of you, I don't know, you could be in different parts in this spread, like where you're sort of feeling this or how it's coming to you. Like some of you could be at this point in time, right? Like you could be like going through some sort of major, what would even feel like catastrophic endings in life, and all of the overthinking and the worry and the anxiety that comes in with that. Some of you could be having a bit of a rebirth at this point, and you're, you know, working past the anxieties, opening up your heart chakra. Others of you could be like in the middle of transforming this significant point in your soul's journey. And I feel like in your ancestral line's journey. This is an ancestral line journey, I feel. Because there's also like, there's more than one soul being elevated into this, right? There's more than one soul being elevated into this. And there's also kind of the feeling here that I want to describe as perhaps this is coming in more intuitively for me. Okay, so it's not something that I'm necessarily seeing in the cards, but I feel like the cards are kind of like opening something up, almost like Akashic record, like for me, like the way these cards and the pattern that they're sitting in, and even perhaps the fact that the Tree of Life is here, that I'm getting sort of like a download on this. So just listen to this message. Whether it can be proved or not is probably impossible, but this is what I'm getting. So I'm getting a message here about some sort of family lineage that would have been associated with wealth in some way. Like having a family lineage associated with wealth and prosperity, maybe even, you know, to some degree, some form of status, you know, that may have gone with that. But it's almost like I'm feeling there's something that was missing in that. And it was probably like from the heart, from the soul space, maybe even like, this is lifetimes, okay? So I don't know, unless it's happened in one lifetime for you. But I feel like this is some sort of lifetime process that you've been working through. And there was at some point, yourself and other souls associated with this ancestral lineage would have removed themselves in some way from that, from the wealth, from the status, and made some other choice perhaps from the heart. So I'm also getting something here like, it's a little bit like of a Romeo and a Juliet energy, where yes, the heart is the one that speaks up in removing an ancestral line, or at least certain souls that no longer want to be connected to an ancestral line, that may just be about wealth and status, prosperity, monetary gain, and of following the heart. But then it's almost like I'm getting like, well, there's a repercussion in the following life. So you've chosen the heart. You can choose the heart again, and you may even have ended up in relationships and dynamics in lifetimes following that major decision. But I'm feeling like that this is almost like stepping like dominoes. So one soul in this ancestral line does this, another soul follows through in the next life, and another one, and another one, another one. But I'm also getting like certain souls holding back in that ancestral line and not choosing that path. Like, and so this distance becomes greater and greater and greater. And I do feel like it's almost like a group of souls that you're connected to. And these souls may or may not have been appearing in lifetimes with you, as family dynamic. Some of them could have been friends or work colleagues or anybody that you encountered in those lifetimes, and you were aligning yourself. Wow, I find, yeah, I resonate with what you're going through. I resonate with how you feel about that, and you're paving a path. But this path then becomes, it's almost like you have to build yourself up, perhaps financially or in some sort of physical sense here. It's almost like you chose emotion over wealth, but then it becomes a great imbalance. So then you spend lifetimes trying to create this balance. So what's interesting is almost like now at this point, I'm looking at you here and it's choosing something. It's like, where do I invest it? I invest it where I feel there is either nothing to gain, or I feel that there is lack there. It's almost like a solution. It's almost a bit like an escape room, like lifetimes in different escape rooms to come up with a solution to something. Yeah, there's a very, very significant soul's journey sitting on the table here. Yeah, I was going to bring this to the mundane and just do that, did I? Yeah. So like, if you want to look at this in a very practical sense here, I feel like some of you have some sort of information or communication that's coming in as well. Sorry, there's like a whole bunch of leaves blowing around. Caught my eye. It's like animals running. No. Some sort of information coming in regarding an opportunity as well. Again, I don't know where y'all sitting in this timeline. I'll describe the timelines that I see here. Again, this could be like a major ending that you're going through and all of the anxiety that comes with it. Creating a rebirth, feeling the steps forward is a secondary timeline. Sort of dissipating anxiety and having more in terms of like letting go and trusting and allowing things to come in. And then this is where you allow yourself to move forward in your heart space. So just wherever you are here. And then this is breaking down exclusion. This is the point, okay? Sometimes I feel like there aren't words. And maybe that's because I'm a visual artist. But I feel like there aren't words to describe like this, right? Like this tower into this 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So, but this page of Wands is coming in under that 10. So I kind of sort of am feeling like there's some sort of significant information that you are going to receive about some form of prosperity, wealth, and stability. And I cannot stress enough how significant this feels in your soul's journey. Yeah. Okay, I've only read half of this reading. Okay. There's a secondary energy here. I'm not sure how this energy is connected to you. I'm just going to read it, okay? This energy is going through a very significant shift as well. This is an energy that is, it's kind of funny actually. Now that I look at, there are different cards that are kind of saying a bit of a similar story to what's over on, like what I just described here. So I don't know if it's more depth in your story, but what I'm kind of feeling like is this might even be, because they're both very significant. Tree of Life, Strength card, like Major Arcana is feeling a bit like a secondary energy. So I'm feeling like this is a secondary energy, and I'm feeling like it's someone that you are connected to in this soul's journey that I just described. Is this person working through sort of similar lessons, transforming energies, emotions, and space, kind of the way you have been? So there's some sort of mirroring, but through very different cards. So it's a very different experience, I feel, that someone else is having, but it's taking them down the same path, right? Like you can both be going down the same different paths, but the idea is the same. You could be jumping over boulders. This person is jumping over hurdles. I can only describe it as like a portal, some sort of portal that's opened here. Now, what's really interesting is the Knight of Cups is sitting under the portal. And this Queen of Cups feels significant in terms of transforming energies. And this is a portal. So you see how it's almost as if like something is being opened up here. Look at like these souls are being elevated into a portal. Yeah, like a new sense of conscious awareness. And this is almost like the direction, like knowing the direction that one is supposed to go here. And the bats to me are also connection to ancestral guides. So there's a lot of mirroring over here, but with very different cards. Yes, and like, see this Empress is holding this baby. And that to me is a sense, that is the symbol of the rebirth. Is this energy birthing you? Is this energy birthing you and showing you the way? I think it is. This energy is birthing you and showing you the way. I think it's ancestral. It could be playing out with like someone who's in the physical 3D now in a lifetime. Even if it's that, I still think it's supported by ancestral energy, like in the ethereal. This energy is helping to birth you, show you the way, show you the direction, that this water energy, this intuitive energy, this emotional energy will take you. Because look at these two. These two are, this is the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. This is feeling like, missed opportunities and feeling really bad about it. Like, missed opportunities and feeling really bad about it. But it's kind of funny, like that to me feels more like this here. This is a really fierce energy over here. But it's like, I know how to build. I know how to build. I know where to build. I know what to build, right? This Palace of Swords. So to me also, I feel like the Palace cards are related to, they're like significant branches on the Tree of Life to me in this deck. So the Palace card with the Three of Coins, this is, I know how to build. I know where to build. I'm clear on how to build. This is a very clear space. This is actually, like, I would say this is even like being able to see Akashic energy records, paths. Anything else Aries should know at this time? again, got reshuffled, and there it is. Wow. The Three of Swords is at the bottom now. Okay. Anything else you should know here? I'll tell you, there's two branches on the Tree of Life that are significantly happening here. One has got the Palace of Swords and the other has the Palace of Cups. Palace of Cups came over here in the energy that I was initially reading for you. So I feel like whatever is growing in you emotionally, intuitively, this is connecting to an area on your soul's journey through the Tree of Life. And then this is connecting through the intellect. So the knowing, this is two knowings. This is also balance between the heart and the mind in a way as well, which is interesting because we have the Three of Swords at the bottom. So that's talking about, you know, the conflict between the heart and the mind in things. And look at what came in under that Palace of Cups, the Judgment card. So it's like, even after shuffling the deck again, it's come out again. There's some sort of really significant and important lesson here in terms of manifesting, clearing energies, and utilizing emotions. Emotions, feelings, and intuition. There's something that's going to be shown to you. See this Magician card? Like he's literally shining the light. It just feels like something being shown to you. Oh, and again, this light is shining through the Palace of Cups. This light is being shone through... He's holding a crystal in his hands, which makes this Magician a little different from others. Because this Magician is holding more than what we would typically see in the tarot, but this tarot deck also has more than what we would typically see in the tarot. It's like it's shining something in you that has always been there. It's always been there, but yet it's not been utilized. Okay, so yes, there's something going to be shone on an element within you that's always been there and hasn't been utilized, okay? And if this is some sort of significant period, and maybe it's giving you more insight, showing you how to see through to the Tree of Life. This is interesting. Something dawned on me the other day when I was driving. It was one of those periods of time where it's kind of like the sun is set, there's a lot of dusk, so the sun has gone down, and you know, the lights are on for the car. But it's one of those periods where there's still enough light that it doesn't feel like the lights to the car are making much of a significant difference. And then I stopped for a second, and I thought, and like suddenly the Hermit card kind of appeared in my mind's eye there. The Hermit and the Moon. And I thought to myself, isn't that interesting? What is the point of a flashlight in broad daylight? It doesn't really illuminate anything for you, right? A flashlight in broad daylight doesn't really illuminate anything. But when you take that flashlight out in the dark, it shows you exactly where you need to go. And I thought that was a really kind of a significant download. Just driving my car. But it's funny because I'm seeing that here, like illuminating something within you. Hasn't been seen, hasn't been felt. Because when the light is shining, it's okay. The path, so this is how I interpret that, and it's coming through with this Magician for you, is when we go through periods of life where things are great, things are wonderful, things are easily understood and seen, everything makes sense, everything's falling into place. It's broad daylight, it's great. You're not necessarily going to see a path that's trying to be illuminated for you. So that's when everything sort of closes in. That's when the sun sets and the moon comes out. You have to follow your intuition because that's the whole point, right? Follow your intuition, but find the flashlight. So pick up the flashlight, use your intuition to pick up the flashlight. And now you're not distracted by anything else accept the major lesson that you're going through, or the particular path that you're meant to find. So I've seen that here. And what's also interesting, right? Like that feels like something also in terms of this portal opening up. So yeah, that's what I have. So I'm going to, for the extended, I'm picking up all of these cards. I'm shuffling them back in the deck. And I'm just going to keep pulling out messages. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep pulling out messages. And there you go, Aries. That's what I have for you, my friends. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.